What's happening, all my fans out there, all my friends out there? I am Boo. Thanks for stepping through. Got some concerning news for me and maybe you. The Batman 2 might be looking kinda blue. That was a freestyle. So, not too long ago, I put out a video. Where the hell is the Batman sequel? I'll put the link to that video in the description of this one if you want to check it out. Now, recently we have had some news from various sources regarding director Matt Reeves of the original The Batman. It's his film, The Batman. Matt Reeves, The Batman. And the future of this franchise. Got an article here from comicbookmovie.com, but if you Google The Batman 2, you'll see this on quite a few different sources. But it's not 100% confirmed. But The Batman 2 looks to begin shooting next March without director Matt Reeves, ? Let's check it out. We have some good news and potentially bad news relating to Warner Brothers DC's long-awaited sequel, The Batman. The movie is finally expected to begin filming next March, but it seems there's a chance director Matt Reeves may not return to take the helm. As you can see below, Reeves is not listed in the latest production weekly report. That's concerning. This could simply be an oversight, but we do know that the filmmaker has been dealing with some personal issues. We won't get into the rumors, which could prevent him from committing to the movie if the studio is determined to forge ahead without any further delays. We find it hard to believe that WB would replace Reeves with another director just to get things moving, unless he decided to step away and gave his blessing. Jeff Snyder addressed the situation on tonight's episode of The Hot Mic, and while he clarified that he doesn't know whether Reeves is still on board or not, he said he wouldn't be surprised if the next time we see The Dark Knight on the big screen is in the DCU. He speculates that James Gunn might be working on a new Superman-Batman movie. Late last year, we got the disappointing news that the new movie had been hit with another delay and would not arrive until October 1st, 2027. DC Studios co-head James Gunn claimed that the almost year-long setback was simply down to the fact that the script hadn't been finished, but it sounds like the filmmaker has now, at the very least, cracked the overall story. In a recent interview, star Robert Pattinson revealed that he does know what the Batman sequel will be about, while also addressing the news that the movie has been pushed into 2027. Quote, Matt is very careful, writer, laughs. But I finally know what it's about. It's very cool and I'm excited, close quote. A lot of fans and industry insiders remain convinced that Pattinson will ultimately stay on as the DCU's Dark Knight for the planned The Brave and the Bold movie. Who's thinking that? There is no way in hell that's happening. I can tell you that right now. Where do people get this stuff from? What sense would that make? That would be so confusing for people. That's not going to happen. They're going to cast a new Batman for the Brave and the Bold, as they should. Folding the Batverse into the DCU might make the most sense. No, it doesn't. If for no other reason than to avoid having two separate Batman franchises running alongside each other. By the time the Batman sequel actually hits theaters in 2027, they're sure to have been at least some progress on the Brave. I disagree. That does not make any sense at all. I would rather have two separate Batmans, because James Gunn already said it would basically be an Elseworlds thing. The Elseworlds has already been established as movies that will be outside of the DCU, outside of that Superman world and that Superman movie we're getting soon. That would be a horrible decision. Horrible decision. Either to fold the Batman into that because tonally they're very different, or just basically recast Pattinson as a different Batman inside this Superman world. Either way, I think is a horrible decision, and I can't see the studio doing that. I would be against that 100%. Gunn and Peter Safran refuted the Pattinson rumors during the recent DCU slate update, although it might be telling that the Superman director wouldn't outright state that the Mickey 17 actor would not play the Batman in The Brave and the Bold, simply noting that it was very unlikely. See? I don't know where people get this stuff. Here's what Reeves had to say about the sequel during January's Golden Globes. Quote, I can tell you that we're going to be shooting this year and that we're excited about it. I can't really tell you anything about it, except that we're really excited. We're continuing the story. I'm really excited to be making it, to get our cast back together, to get new people involved, and we're really excited about it. What I'm excited about is I feel like we're doing something that absolutely continues where the story came from, but it's something that I hope people are going to be really surprised about. Man, I don't know where people get this stuff from. Some of these fans is like, what makes you think that would be a good idea? That is a horrible idea. Horrible. Recasting or folding into it. Thank you for putting that to rest by saying very unlikely. Now, this is what I gotta say about the Matt Reeves news. I heard a rumor that he might be having some personal issues or some health issues. I don't know the details of it. I don't know what people have heard, what those issues could possibly be. I just know that possibly some issues of some type might exist, but I don't know what they are. And if that's the case, I do wish him the best of luck, whatever the situation may be. But if this is true and he won't be the director moving forward, that's, as a Batman fan and wanting to keep established continuity and a like tonal establishment and keeping things consistent, that saddens me, man. I hate when there's, sequels to movies and there's a change of director, and a lot of the times you notice that it's a different, direction or different feeling from director to director. This stuff is noticeable, especially the people that like to dig deeper into the movies, right? Part of me, and it hurts me to say this, because the Batman is probably, in my opinion, the best Batman movie I've ever seen. Even going against The Dark Knight. Now, is it my favorite? No. My favorite is Batman Begins. I know Batman Begins isn't the best Batman movie. It's up there, but it's my favorite, and I have my reasons why. However, that's how strongly I feel about Matt Reeves, the Batman. And if Matt Reeves can't come back to direct the film, part of me wants to be like, just leave it alone. Just leave it as a standalone Batman movie. Don't even do any sequels. I'm just worried about it being so different in some ways than the original and possibly falling flat. Matt Reeves is a perfectionist, and it rubs some of the actors and other people involved in a project, or that may be directly working with James Gunn. It might rub them the wrong way because he is an absolute perfectionist to the micro level. And I get it, but what you get as a product is undeniable. And the Batman proves that. Part of me is just leave it alone. Don't cast a new director. Now, with that being said, I read in a different article from BatmanNews.com that the latest issue of the trade publication states that Matt Reeves is still on board with the Batman Part 2 as a script writer, but no longer as a director. Script writer is great and all, but what script writers do and what directors do, completely different worlds, completely different things, and that's why they are separate positions. That's why they are their own entity. Listen, Matt Reeves' direction in the Batman was, you see those shots? You see that cinematography? The people he wanted surrounding him, the team, the hand-picked pieces. I'm not saying if this turns out to be true and we get a new director, we're going to have to see who this new director is. And you got to give him a chance, but at the same time, you're talking about a Batman trilogy. I would like the director to be the same for each and every movie. Really hoping this rumor isn't true and really hoping that everything in Matt Reeves' life is okay. Come on, Vengeance. You can do this. Let me know what you think about it. That's all I got to say about it. That's a wrap for today's episode. I appreciate each and every one of you for stepping in, showing your love, showing your support, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Now, I could sit here and smack you all around with the generic like, comment, subscribe BS, but nobody gives a damn about that. So do whatever the hell you want to do, because you're going to do it anyway. Now, I'm going to give you to the count of 10 to get your ugly, yellow, no good keister off my property before I pump your guts full of lead. I am Boo, and I am out.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.